Yes, my demons, it is Sinful Saturday. Oh, yes. And I am so excited for this double shot Reaper week. And last night, thank you all so much for coming in and hanging out with Samantha Morningstar and myself. It was a blast. But tonight, and this is very important, share this out anywhere, everywhere. To every horror fan, I don't care. Get them up. If they're not partying yet, tell them to come in right now. So please hit that like button, share this out. And Mel, you can also share this to your page as it's live going forward as well.
I can do that right now.
Yes, absolutely. We have.
How do I do this?
Well, if you go to my page, Reapers Underground, all you have to do is hit the share button to your page.
I don't know how to do this.
If you have your phone nearby or something like that.
This is my phone.
Oh, crap. I didn't even realize. Son of a bitch. All right. I will figure this out.
Because if I click anything, it's going to go.
Yeah, you probably don't want to do that. I get that. Yeah. Not a problem. I will get that hooked up for you. And we have, as you've probably figured out, the Scream Queen, Mel Heflin herself, actress, model, and just all around tasty jack of all trades with us tonight. And we are so honored to have her here with us. And we're going to talk about her career and everything that she's got coming up. And before we get into all this madness, we're going to take a quick commercial break to our brothers over at Villain Arts Tattoos. Check that shit out. That's right. You guys already know what the fuck to do. Villain Arts tattoo conventions are the largest in the United States, in the world. So if they come to your town, your city, wherever you stay, go there, get yourself a high quality tattoo by some of the best in the business, Ink Master, you fucking name it. And not to mention all the great performers and vendors that are there. It is a wonderful atmosphere. And as you probably have figured it out, I'll be at a lot of these making appearances. So you never know where I'm going to pop up. All right. So I wasn't able to post it to your page. So I don't know quite how to get that going live over there for you. But I've seen everyone's been sharing it out. So thank you so much for that.
Yes,
Cody.
Thank you, everybody.
Absolutely. Cody says, "What's up?" Cody Tudor, what's up?
Hi, Cody.
You need to share this out anywhere and everywhere so we can get the comments going. Don't be afraid to ask questions, especially if you're an aspiring actress or actor and kind of curious about how to get into this business. So
I know things.
Yeah, exactly. Most So I asked this question last night, and I think it's a pretty good one to start. Like, when did you get introduced to like your first horror film? Like, how did that passion
Like as a
ignite?
child.
All right, I kind of figured. So
Yeah,
what was it
all of
that
us,
made you
we
fall in
all
love
have those stories. Well, I was about 3 years old, you know. We all have that. I'd have to say it was definitely the Crypt Keeper. Um,
Oh
oh yeah,
man, that's fantastic.
yeah,
I used to think that I was the only one that watched that show.
definitely not. Me and my mom watched it, and it wasn't until later I was introduced to Are You Afraid of the Dark and all that. And I was like,
Ooh,
that's just
classics.
amazing stuff.
Hell yeah. So you just kind of just fell in love with it from there?
Absolutely. I don't even think that I mean, I like cartoons and like a little bit of comedy, I guess, but like
There was just something about
it's
that
tough with
rush.
kids because I used to watch like nothing but horror.
Ah, man, I was the same way.
Now it's Bluey, you know.
And it's usually like a parent or a family member that kind of gets us started. Did that happen for you, or did you just
It
happen to
was my
stumble?
mom. Me and my
Ah,
mom would watch like she was definitely an inspiration behind a lot of everything that I did. She was my biggest
awesome.
supporter.
Hell yeah. So, as time went on, obviously you started watching a lot more. What was like the first real scary film that you watched?
Oh gosh. Was it Demon Knight maybe?
Hell yeah.
The the one with the tentacle nipples? And I
Yeah.
was just like, what is this and how do I make my life about it?
Yes, and I'm sure everyone thought we were all insane back then.
I would go to
Because
school talking about it and they're like, what are you watching? My mom doesn't let me watch that. And it's like, well, me and my mom watched it together.
right? Now they're watching TikToks together, It's like a
Yeah.
whole new world. That is awesome. Um, so, and you just kind of like couldn't get enough, just kind of kept going and going throughout your life. So,
Even
did you,
still,
yeah, exactly. It is your life. Horror
even
is,
bad movies are good movies.
oh man. Oh, the B flicks are some of the best films ever created.
I
Whether
think they have a special, unique charm about them. Even if
they
they're
do.
like, even if you hear somebody say action, cut, like it's still like they made this for me.
Exactly. It's some of the humor, it's the dark humor. Um,
You
even
get to
if
look
some of
inside
the effects
some
are
people's
funny.
minds. It's the same with books. Like it's like a peek into their soul, like the things they think about. Like they made it. I'll watch it.
Hell yeah. Real quick here, Cody says, Mel, who was your favorite co-star on Cheerleader Elimination, and why was it me?
Well, of course
He
it was
says,
you,
Cody, of
Cody.
course.
Oh my gosh, we had so much fun together down there, and we're gonna get to
You'll
go
be
through it
doing
all
extra
over
interviews.
again. It's gonna be bloodier. It's gonna. Oh,
Hell yeah, absolutely. So did you try to get into any kind of acting throughout, going to school and stuff?
so I
Um,
was actually model scouted at a mall. I can't remember if
yeah.
I was 14 yet or 13, but I remember thinking, I've made it. I had an agency and I
Hmm.
would walk runways for these designers, and I pocketed all that money while also working, and all that got me through college. And when I turned 18, I no longer fit their height requirements
Oh,
for
gee.
so they booted me, and everything changed not all that long afterwards. And I was like, well, I expected a call back, but I thought my career was over at 18. And little did I know, I had so much more control over it after, I got booted. I was like, whatever, screw it. And then like a few months later, photographers locally were looking for models. They didn't even want like a professional, and I started discovering the world of freelance. And suddenly I was getting copies of my pictures instead of just what the agency had in my binder.
Mm-hmm.
And I had full control over everything. And networking and everything. It was great.
Absolutely. I definitely think that the freelance photographers do the best. I agree. Anything from, professional shoots, even like the fun stuff, even if it's like family stuff or, engagement photos, stuff like that. So, yeah.
All the agency photographers I work with have such a stick up their butt. And I mean that offensively.
Probably deserved it, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't really get any creative control at that point because like
they don't even want to talk to their models. Like they don't even want to talk to us.
How?
They just want to like scrutinize us under a microphone and like not deal with us at all and like turn to their assistant and have their assistant tell us stuff. Like it's just rude.
It's so annoying. Because I know when I got into doing horror modeling, I've never had that. Like it was just freelance people. I came up with ideas. I'm like, I'd like to do this, do that. And then the magic really happens when they do it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You'll see the photographers I work with again and again and again. And it's like, just the people that like, they see into my heart and they know what I want to do. And we just have so much fun. Like today, Michael Gavin, he's wonderful. Paranormal paparazzi. I just shot with Don Cross.
I was like, ooh, I wonder if I could get that number passed on. That's awesome.
He's wonderful.
Hell yeah. So you were able to keep that going. At what point did the indie horror world just kind of come to you, or did you stumble?
So a modeling friend of mine, I was always very curious about like modeling with other people because in like agency wise, it's all like they want you to like compete against each other. And like, I don't know, when I rise, we all rise, like I'm not about like, it's just like dog eat dog. And it's definitely not like that otherwise. But I ended up modeling with this one girl, Mara, and she was like, hey, I know people casting for a horror movie. Have you ever thought about doing horror? And I was like, oh my God, what do I need to do? And
where do I sign
at the time, the place, I showed up and I got cast as a supporting role, my very first thing. And I was just so ready, and I listened. I listened to everything, and I paid so much attention on my first set, and I networked, and I went from one set to another, to another, to another, and to another, and I probably did like 5 or 6 movies that first year that I was working. None of the rest of them came out, but I got on set with a lot of cool people.
Hell yeah. I mean, that's experience that, you can't get in a classroom, or I don't even know if you could compare it to being on a theater stage either. So you didn't actually have any formal acting training or anything like that.
I did.
Oh, you did?
My agency took care of that stuff. So I did some like little like commercials and stuff. Nothing I ever saw. We did monologues. We practiced monologues, and they had it was shot on video back then. And they had me record monologues, but they would always choose stuff that was like way mature, and they're like, you'll grow into it. And it's like, I'm 14. I don't think that I should be, talking about romance, but okay,
You
whatever.
know, well, things were different back in
Yeah,
those days. I don't
they
think
were.
they cared too much because,
I'm glad things have changed.
yeah, because you just never know
Right.
about people.
Yeah.
My goodness. So that's cool. So you actually did get some time to, see what it's like to memorize lines and,
Yeah. Yeah.
deliver.
It was like 4 minutes of dialogue that they expected us to memorize
Ooh,
for these cold calls. You know, these
wow.
I would have to sit near my phone Friday, Saturday evening and not go out with my friends back when we had cord phones to see if my agency was going to call me or not. Because if you didn't answer, you didn't get the job.
Oh man, that had to
Glad
be
that's over.
frustrating as hell. Woo! I would have not wanted to do that.
Yeah, my friends were always pissed.
So, what was your first film that got released?
Scarlet Rain.
That's what I thought. Awesome.
Yeah.
And what was it like? You've been a model, you've done some like commercial stuff, but what was it like being on the other side of a movie camera? All eyes on you, and
It felt it was like, yeah, this is what I want to do with my life.
awesome. So it was more or less. It just kind of clicked. Like you felt comfortable, natural. Sure, you
Yeah,
probably still had some
that and
nerves.
like I didn't have the greatest home life,
Mm,
and things were not mundane, but things were not favorable, and just to go from like a not favorable environment to like all of these people working creatively towards a similar goal while getting paid and just loving up on each other and supporting each other and telling each other like, oh, that was a great scene, you did a great job, and just like to go from something not great to something really great. It was like I couldn't picture myself wanting to do anything else.
I feel that. Shoot, I mean, we all have sketchy backgrounds.
We
No
all have
one,
sketchy backgrounds.
it's not like
Who doesn't have a prison tattoo?
it's like back in the 80s going into the 90s, the TV, television, even movies still at that point, we're still trying to paint like all these wonderful fucking childhoods, right?
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't completely true. I think Roseanne got a little close back in the day of what modern times what it's like. It wasn't all wine and roses. You didn't always have money and you know lights getting turned off and stuff like that. But everybody's background is different, and it's really kind of cool. So when that first film came out for you, what was it like seeing that finished product? Like,
It didn't
you know
really
what I mean?
come out in a big way. There was this big premiere in New York, and
Nice.
I was working two jobs at the time and trying to go through college while trying to do um, films here and there. And I just wasn't able to swing it to go up to the premiere. So
Aw.
I didn't really get like that big moment. And then there was probably the next 24 films I filmed after that mostly did not come out at all. Either that or I was like a
Yeah.
background extra and that one would make it out. And I'm
Mm.
like not that I'm like ungrateful that I was like there and did it, but it's like come on, I was a lead in this one. Why didn't this one come out? I was a supporting role in that one. Like and just all of them just
Mm.
so I think my IMDb says 87 films. I counted them at
Yeah.
one point. Like I'm probably around 120, 130. But
Wow.
yeah, like just things not coming out breaks my heart. There's so many cool things that I've done that I wanted to show the world. Things are getting better though. I'm pickier with who I work with.
Which is awesome. Because you can
I don't want to be. I want to give everybody a chance. I want to just work with cool people.
But I mean, you've been doing it long enough now that you can kind of spot what film companies are serious and, good at getting it funded. Because I think that's really what the huge problem has been in the past, especially the last 20 years, indie film. There are those that are very good at doing it. And then there are those that they got a great product. They got just enough to make it, but not enough to actually get it out.
Yeah.
And it's like some of these great films just fall to the wayside. There was a film that, his name is escaping me right now, but the most famous guy to play Jason had a really cool zombie flick that never got released. And that was like almost 10 years ago now. It's like just sitting there. It was one of those things where the guy in charge of the money ran off with it. So you just never know what's going to happen. And
right.
People get leery of
that. It's like betting on horses. Like, which one are you going to bet on? Like, you can't bet on them all because then what's the point?
Exactly. Hey, Paul, what's up, brother? Paul Nada in the house. Andy, hey, what's happening, brother? He said, who doesn't have a prison tattoo? Great interview. Well, shit. I mean, I don't.
Really?
All the ones I have, I got for a reason. Because let me tell you,
I wasn't in prison, but these were done by inmates. Not all of them. That one's actually professional.
There you go.
The rest of them, though.
The old, what is it? Pull the part of the pen out and heat it up and the whole nine. Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm like, for the Asian folks that do the, each little individual hit with this needle thingy that looks like, you could use it in battle. I don't know how people go through that. My goodness. Paul says the movie Kids was accurate.
Kids. I haven't seen that.
I don't think I've seen that either. Paul, you'll have to send me a link and I'll see what it's all about. I don't know. I've seen so many fucking movies. I'm a bit older, folks. I say that all the time. But, all right. And yeah, that's, but were they able to give you anything from some of those projects that didn't make it out?
I have some really cool memorabilia and I'm still moving in. We just moved back from Japan last year.
Right.
I got
I believe it was.
Yes, I was in Nagasaki. Woo. And I shot a flaming arrow at one point for a movie, and I have that arrow that cool. It burned because I shot it a couple of times, and it was signed by everybody that day. I believe that was on Spade, He of Crows, I think.
Okay.
I have a melted skull from the movie Jin. I have some really cool stuff that I can't wait to pull out. It's on YouTube for free, but it's got the big logo over top of.
Man.
Yeah.
So it kind of kills the experience.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that it would have some sort of release, something.
Well, I mean, at least it's somewhat there, and you can say, yeah, I did that shit.
Yeah.
Woo.
There's some cool moments. I get to be in cool makeup. I made a bra that looks like it's made out of like rib bones. So that was cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into that a little bit as far as like some of the different character roles you've done.
I really love meaty characters, and I've been getting a lot of them recently, and I'm just so grateful for it.
Oh, that's fantastic. I was going to say, did you do like a lot of villain or kind of a balance between villain and like good person, I guess?
So I got typecast for a while as like the slut or you know,
Ah,
just like I
please.
I was a mean girl quite a few times, like whatever, you know.
Mhm. Sure.
But every now and then, like somebody gives me like an atmospheric moment or just something I can really sink my teeth into and go crazy. Like I last week before.
I know it's
I
probably
work
hard to
every
keep
day.
up.
It
Yeah.
is. I worked on a movie with Saint Studios Films, Curtis
Mhm.
Everett, on a movie called Florida Man.
Ah, yeah.
I play
Mhm.
Florida Man.
Nice. Yeah, I saw some of those photos. I was like, that's awesome.
I had so much fun with it. I it's gonna be something.
I think you had to bounce between quite a few roles for that, didn't you?
I just played Florida Man in that we did 3 films in
Ah,
Florida.
3 films. That's why.
We call
Okay.
it the Florida trifecta. He made a little documentary about the experience. I also played
Whew.
Queen Dracula in Queen
Yep.
Dracula Sucks Again, and I don't know my character's name for Palm Down, but it's gonna be great. We made a few short
Nice.
films. They're gonna be fun. Like I saw like 20 seconds or something of Palm Down, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is cut so good. I can't wait to see them.
Hell yeah. Um, and some people, not necessarily get bummed out because it's just a short, not a feature. I think some shorts are almost cooler than a lot of features I've seen. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. I you know, we all love working on feature films because like just distribution is easier
Right.
and more likely, but you don't want a movie to go so long that you're
Oh, trust me,
like I
especially
want to
some of
keep
the
your
ones
attention
from the
on
theater.
screen. I don't want you to look at your phone.
Right. You want to see what the hell's going on. Get
Yeah.
into it. What's been some of the most challenging roles you've had so far?
Oh my gosh, I tried to never stay in my comfort zone. I
Ah.
prefer to be out of my comfort zone so that way I don't find the comfort zone. Um,
So
I'll
it just
go,
keeps making you more daring. Yeah.
yeah, I'll go in thinking something's going to be like super hard, and then I'll get in costume, and then just the accent just comes. The accent that I was
Oh
like, there's no
yeah.
way that's going to happen. It just comes. So like if I curate the costume and then I put it on, I am the character. I don't really know what happens.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like a transformation.
Mm.
Um, it'll also be interesting to see like what is your process, like how you prepare for a role, and you're so hands on. You're already doing costume pieces. I mean, that's a lot to undertake.
Oh,
So
I eat it up
like, what's your
though.
process?
So I read everything. I read through the script a couple of times, and then if I can't get a feel for it, I ask specific questions to the director to try to get some sort of idea. That usually doesn't happen. There was one character somewhat recently that I couldn't pin down. I was like, she was written so, what's the word? Not it wasn't vague. She wasn't written vaguely. It could have been like so many different directions. Ambiguous. She was so ambiguous that
Hmm.
I was like, I don't really know what she's about. So I started asking questions like, do I make jewelry? I love making jewelry.
Hell
um,
yeah.
I
I
made
love
some,
wearing it.
yeah, I made some earrings and a ring, and I was like, okay, now I envisioned the outfit, and I was like, all right. And then, yeah, yeah, I
So
really
the
like matching jewelry and just little pieces, that make you think like, oh, she's got some sort of like a backstory to her.
Right. Sometimes I think in scripts that it is kind of hard to pick up a sense of how they're wanting that person to be portrayed. So the fact that you're kind of like able to snatch it out of the air is like amazing. Because for me, it's like if I'm playing an asshole, like a cop or something like that, which I do that in an upcoming film. Actually, one that you're in. So, Death Bike.
We had so much fun.
I can't.
It was like everything was so curated. I was talking to Dwight about it. Like, which one of these dresses goes, because it's going to change my character based on what you choose.
Yeah, exactly.
We had fun.
My outfit is going to be very interesting. I don't want to give too much away. I want people to be surprised. But it's like, I can get a sense if the character calls for, obviously, like a police chief. I think of those movies where the police chiefs are always screaming. They're always pissed off at somebody. And then just like going through the dialogue with my scene partner, I can just kind of tell that's kind of where this is going. A lot of sarcasm. Yeah. So, but I still, like you do, try to read through the entire thing to get a overall feel for the film. So doesn't sound like too much has been very challenging for you.
No, if I don't have a comfort zone, then, like it's all my comfort zone.
Hell yeah.
I try not to do the same thing twice.
Right. Has there been any like creature stuff that you've done or anything like that?
So I was telling you the bone bra that I made. I did get it. It's called an ifrit. I don't want to ruin the film if anybody hasn't seen it, but I transform into a creature.
Nice.
Very, very interesting. I have these big teeth. My hair was done and they colored my hair for it, and I wore body paint and a pig nose, and I had 2 eyebrows. It was very interesting.
Sounds really interesting.
To me, I really love to make costumes.
Yeah, I can definitely tell. I wish I had that talent. I can pick them out, but I cannot.
None of us. I don't know what I'm doing. I just got some like clay and then poked holes in it, and then I got some like ivy and like. I don't know. I made a piñata costume that I wore today. And
that's killer.
Yeah, which is why I'm a rainbow. But I made the donkey ears.
Nice.
I always like to create.
Fuck yeah. Very, very artistic of you. Was art kind of a love for you as well?
Absolutely.
Any
just to get to create something. Oh gosh. My art teacher in high school, Miss Thorne, she's the GOAT.
Nice.
She was just the best. She really encouraged me. And, I still have her on Facebook today, and I'll see her post some art and I'm just like, yeah.
Well, it's like we say, art imitates life. So, if we can pull ideas from everything around us, that just makes it pop that much more. And you're able to do that, which is really cool. I have more of an eye for what looks good, but hands-on, it depends. If I had to, like, I don't know, craft a weapon, I could do that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that also helps the cast and the crew, if everyone's kind of like you say, come together as a collective. And because you've been on just about every end of the spectrum. And I was going through your IMDb there, like you've done some cinematography.
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do photography, cinematography. I do audio. I do lighting.
Mm-hmm.
There's really not a department that I don't think that I've worked in. I've directed a couple times. I do not prefer it. I don't have an eye for that stuff. I really love to be my authentic self, and I'm really good at self-tapes because you give me an idea and I'm just like, yes, this is what we're doing. And people will be like, isn't that a little much? And it's like, no, it's not enough.
And those are the
Yeah.
most memorable performances, I think, in film and in general, are the ones that kind of do go a little above and beyond.
Yeah. I won't just do anything halfway. I was working on Camp Blood 666 Part 2, and they said, "Oh, you can just dress conservatively to play the angel, and just dress hot for the devil." And I was like, "No, I need angel wings. I need a red pleather bodysuit. Like, I got this. Like, I have a vision, guys." And they're like, "Hell yeah, pop off." And I'm like, "Yeah."
I mean, it worked. I loved it. I watched that one. I can't wait to see what some more of the sequels, since there's so many.
I've been in a few Camp Bloods. Have you seen the cartoon yet?
No, and that was the thing I was about to bring up. See, we got some synergy going on here. You did some voiceover work.
I do a lot of voiceover work.
Yeah.
I dub foreign films. I do audiobooks. I love working on video games. I don't get them very often, but I love it.
Oh man. Woo! That's kind of a dream right there.
Yeah. I want to do mocap so bad. I did mocap one time for a video game I was working on, and it was one of the many things that never came out. And it's like, why? I wanted that one to come out. Like, it was a whole video game. Like, the dude was super cool. He was like, "I want to make a video game just because you want to make one." Yes. And he was actually like, I got to play a little bit of it. And it was like, I'm playing myself. That's wild. It was so cool.
That is. That's got to be surreal as hell.
Oh, it was so cool. It was called The Darkening, I want to say. I remember making a poster for him for the game. And I remember doing like the mocap stuff. And oh man, it was great.
Now, have you tried taking a stab at writing anything?
I am about 20,000 words into my novel right now that I need to pick back up, but maybe next summer. Maybe a next summer release. I do it all, really.
I'm one of those people that's like, there's little stopping me from trying anything. It's like, sometimes I don't know how you feel about it, but sometimes we do it just for the hell of doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm
Whether
with
it's successful or not, who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not trying.
I don't think any of it's stressful. It's just to be able to work or come up with something creatively. It fuels my soul. And like, even if it's in the moment, like, oh, I have a million emails. Let me try to get through this. Oh my God, I can't. There's not enough hours in the day. Even those moments, without those, I would lose my mind.
Well, for sure. I mean, it's got to keep you on your toes too. But damn, you gotta find balance. Do you find balancing all that you do kind of a struggle, or do you kind of just appropriate things?
I keep a really big whiteboard calendar in the middle of our kitchen as a family calendar. And like, everybody knows which days I'm flying out and going where. And like, otherwise, like, being able to freelance and just do films and to make enough off of that to make my living, like, it makes it so that I'm not spread too thin elsewhere. If I had a full-time or even a part-time, like regular, like punch a clock job, I would be so stressed out. I don't think I'd be able to. Maybe 1 or 2 movies a year. But thankfully, and I'm so grateful that people love me enough to keep me employed.
Yeah. I mean, you sound like a director's dream as far as actresses go, because
I hope so.
you just keep getting job after job. Have you ever had a director say, that wasn't quite right? Or were they like just blown away?
I have, but that director didn't like anybody or anything at all. I think we did over 100 takes at some point. Like,
woo! 100 takes. Wow.
Yeah,
I couldn't
yeah.
imagine living through that because by the end of it, you're probably like, I'm so sick of that fucking scene. I don't care if I ever
It
see it.
was nobody had a good time.
Oh man.
Nobody had a good time. And it never got finished. And we would show up to set and he would give us one page and like, this is what we're filming today. And it's like, like nobody saw a script. I can't believe we all did that. Nobody saw a script at any
So
point. It was
just nothing
crazy.
but ad lib.
But in the contract was like 30 pages long.
Holy shit. What?
The contract was longer than any script that I saw.
Oh my
It was
goodness.
crazy. And I learned a lot.
Yeah.
I learned what my red flags are for film on that. We won't be doing that again.
Yeah, if the contract is larger than the budget or geez, I could not imagine having to. I mean, if I had to improv a film, probably could if I had the basic idea, but that's like totally flying by the seat of your pants.
Oh, I don't mind improv. Like I'll improv a whole film, like Florida Man.
No
Doesn't
shit.
bother me at all. But to get like one page of a script and like you have a call time.
Yeah.
And then you're given the sides for the day.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, I'm not in this. Like, can I no, you're here. You have a call time. It's like, I'm not on today's page. Why am I
That
it was all bizarre.
Make sense to me. Holy moly. Goodness. And I mean, right now you have like 17 projects, either filming in pre-production status or post-production.
That sounds right.
Yeah, that is like a fucking lot.
Us as actors, like I have my flight booked for this coming week for Night of the Dead Sorority Babes. And then next month, I'm working on 3 different films. And then I'm taking a slight bit of a break, possibly for over summer. Maybe might be open to some stuff. But I have at least 3 or 4 incredible projects that I have coming up. And because I don't have anything after May, really, that's like solid booked, I'm like, I'm never working again. This is it for me. But that's us as actors.
I believe one of them is Axe Grinder 7, which I definitely dig that series. And I think you're doing this one as well.
Yes. I actually just shot promos for that tonight.
Sweet.
I need to ask. I'd like to do some signed 8x10s for the Indiegogo. I know they've been struggling a little bit, but we're gonna get it made regardless. It's gonna be incredible. And like I printed the script this weekend. It was great. I'm ready.
Hell yeah. As a matter of fact, my wife is going to be in the one next week with you, Dead Sorority Babes.
Excellent.
And actually, I believe she is doing Marijuana also.
Excellent. So we're going to have a great time. I'm trying to do a movie in every one of the 50 states. And Washington, here I come.
So is that the last one?
No.
Like, how close are you?
I keep going back to Texas. I keep making all these movies in Texas.
Oh my goodness. That's because the Texas horror scene.
I love Texas. It's legit.
Totally.
I will always love Texas, especially Houston. They keep sending me back to Houston, and I will never deny going to Houston because I'm treated very well every time I go.
Oh, that's a hell of a happening town.
Yeah. We have a lot of fun. I've been all through Texas. There's a lot of other cities I love, but Houston's always going to hold a special place in my heart. And that astronaut cow.
Absolutely. I got to do Killer Cox in the fall, which is
me and James talked.
Yeah,
I'm really excited to see it. I'm not working on it, but I really wanted to, but we couldn't, figure it out. It's okay. I'm excited to see that though.
Yeah, I mean, it's got trauma written all over it,
It looks
and
really good.
I've been a trauma fan since the '80s, so I think this is really a unique idea, and I'm also a huge fan of fucking Critters. Don't know if you ever saw
I like
Critters.
Critters.
Man, it's got a
Who
little bit of
hasn't
that
seen
vibe
Critters?
to it.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the not to mention James is just an awesome dude. I dig him a lot. So yeah, Texas. Damn. Now there was one film I wanted to ask you about because
Yeah.
I saw so much online about it, and I just absolutely love the concept.
Yes, I am playing a voiceover role for that one. They
Gotcha.
they just filmed and they all look like they had so much fun.
Killer. I
And
mean, it's a
I've
hell of a character he created.
I've worked with Sushi on photo shoots, like we've done photo shoots before, and like we'll act it together one day eventually. It's a small indie world,
It
but
is.
I'm just happy to be on something with her, even if it's me voicing over from afar.
Hell yeah. No, I'm definitely glad that you were able to be a part of that. And then Cody told us earlier, obviously, we know about this one. Now,
I'm
did
the
you,
lead.
right? Did you, is this one done filming or is it currently filming?
So we finished filming. Everything was incredible. Like everybody like has a shining moment and everybody looks so good in it. And
That
it
is so
just it
cool.
tickles me because like we did it's great. It's great. But Julie wants to bring us all back because we filmed that end sequence. It's quite a long end sequence. And I'm not going to give anything away. I'm going to be really careful here.
Well, of course not.
It's a very long end sequence. There's a lot of moving parts to it. And she decided that it would look better if we filmed more for that end sequence and like, to have some stuff to cut in. So she just finished up an Indiegogo campaign, which we were very successful to bring us all back. And to like refilm the end sequence to add more everything and make it look even
so
better.
Cool.
And I can't wait.
It looks like a thrill ride.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's so much. There's so many special moments in it that I can't wait to watch it.
Oh, right on. Well, as a matter of fact, everybody out there in Morgrot land, we're going to go ahead and check out the trailer for this. Bear with me as I share my little screen here. Here is the trailer for Cheerleader Camp Elimination. It's actually a music video.
Well, you used to be my friend. Tell me what are you now? You never lend a hand. You only kick me when I'm down. You always stop around. Smile black dirt on your face. Then you stab me in the back. You do anything it takes. And you sell me out. And you cash me in. Yeah, you're selling me out. And you're cashing in. You're cashing in. Looking at you makes me sick. You're a dirty little whore. You're the one who drew the battle line. One who started the war. live. Just die already!
All right.
Let's
Whoop, nope, we ain't gonna show that. All right. Damn. All I can say is that looks like it was a complete blast.
Oh my
It
gosh, was
has,
it ever?
80s camp, campy horror written all over it, which is like a happy place for me. So
Julie's an incredible director too. Like, if I had any questions, it was like she was already telling me, and I'm like, "There's yes."
we've read our minds here.
Mhm.
Great concept. Can't wait to see that.
It was so
many
much fun.
moments.
I can't wait to go
many
back.
moments there. Hell yeah. That's really cool that you get to do that. All right. So we have reached the point in the show where this is a good time for shameless plug. So tell everyone where they can find you and to see any of your films that are out there currently.
Okay, so across all social media, it's going to be at Mel Heflin, MELHEFLIN. So I'm Mel Heflin across the internet. Not to be confused with Helfin. A lot of people call me Helfin, and I'm like, I can't tell you the amount of magazine covers that they're so sweet to let me as a cover, but it'll say, Mel Helfin across the cover real big, and I'm like,
was that a joke?
I'm all over the internet. Like, go to my social media profile, please.
Absolutely.
Films Tubi, Tubi. I have a bunch on there. Mel Heflin. I'm doing it now.
I'm saying it now.
They got me doing it.
And then, of course, any Indiegogos that you want to, put.
Yes, Night at the Dead Sorority Babes ends tomorrow, and we still need $7,000 to meet the goal. It's flexible funding, so we're going to make it regardless. I already have my flight booked. I'm going, but hopefully somebody will want me to sign a poster once I get there.
Awesome. I was going to say, are there some perks involved that they might be able to purchase?
There's posters, Blu-rays. We have. I'm not sure if there's remote roles or not. I thought there was. They might have been taken down. I'm not sure. Things have changed, but also there's Murderwana as well. They're doing the Indiegogo. They've got hats and T-shirts and posters and poster packs and thank you credits. Both films have thank you credits. What else we got going on? Death Bike is still you can still get copies of Death Bike from their Indiegogo because they was on demand. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Air Fryer Slaughter is also on demand, so you can get a little air fryer toy of the evil air fryer.
Yeah,
I know.
I did see.
I have one coming. I couldn't resist.
I feel you on that because I'm about to pull the trigger on that one myself.
It's a little air fryer toy. Like what? Yes.
How can you not?
Right.
The concept alone just makes me giggle in places I didn't realize I had. So I look forward to seeing that one as well. And I think the one for Stoner Snake is coming up too.
That one's going on right now. I think he's at 200% of his goal, and it's only day 2 or 3. I have a voiceover role, and I won't give too much away, but I sing a little bit, just a little bit. I sing a little bit. I don't know if he's going to use those takes, but I did sing a little bit for Stoner Snakes.
I mean, I saw the title. I was like, damn, I wish I could have got into this one. I'm a huge doom metal
I
fan,
love
so.
the poster.
Oh, the poster's fantastic. So there it is, Morgrot Universe. We need your help for all of these films because we only make them for you, and because
For you guys.
it really is. No matter how much fun that we're having on the other side, you guys are actually what makes those wheels spin. You know what I mean? So you can contribute to any of those Indiegogos going on right now. Pretty much all you got to do is go to the website, type in the name of the film, you'll fucking find it. It's that simple. Holy moly. So many projects. I just don't know how you keep all that shit straight. Do you ever?
I don't. I always like, I always like do a thing. Like I used to have like notes. I usually have like notes, but
Oh, sure.
I just had a 10-hour shoot today doing promos and stuff. I never stop working. It's the joy in my life.
Well, as long as you never lose yourself, you know, in between all the madness, because it's like you're constantly changing characters, aspects, you know, it's got to feel like you have, you know, multiple personality going on sometime.
It really depends on the costume. Sometimes like I'll need to put on a costume to brighten my day, and then I just get a little crazy, and then I'm just like, da, 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 and then, mommy, is that a princess? Like,
see,
you know,
that's what we call talent. To be able to summon it at will. And that's actually my final question. So when it comes to like having to scream, because like I've said many times on this show, the measure stick that we usually go by is the great Jamie Lee Curtis. So do you find it very easy to like summon that at will, no matter if it's a comedy horror or a serious horror?
So I am so grateful that I've gotten the amount of practice that I have to where like people will specifically be like, oh, Mel's playing this part. We need to scream here. We need to scream here. And I'm like, you know, even if it's like a comedy, like I will like bust out the tears. Like people have used tear sticks on me before, and I'm like, why? I don't need it. I don't need it.
Wow, you can get the natural.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I felt so bad recently. We were doing night shoots, and I was taking a little nappy in costume just so that I could like get it in mentally.
Sure.
And I started crying because like it's an emotional scene, and it just, I was like so in the zone. I felt great. I felt so good, just like a little, I don't know how long I had, 20 minutes, an hour, I don't remember. And the director was like, I felt so bad that you were like, and I was like, no, I was in the zone. I had it. Like I had everything I needed for, like, it all came together so perfect. I hope that ends up in the film.
Yeah, because
you know, things get cut.
to think that maybe, you know, you got pushed over the edge a little bit.
Yeah, they thought totally that they were like, oh no, I feel so bad. Like we hurt her to the point where she's crying. Like, no, I was like in it. I was like, all the elements like tonight came together for me to be so in character that I'm like, it's like streaming, and I'm like, this feels good.
I mean, that just goes to show you right there that, you know, you are who you are for a reason.
I thought we were having a good time.
And absolutely. And, you know, the passion is there. And everybody here at the Underground Morgrot Entertainment wishes you nothing but the best in your career. And I mean, it's been so wonderful thus far. I cannot wait to see what you do next.
So, only bigger and better. To the moon.
Bigger and better. Never stop reaching for those fucking stars and strangle them.
So, they will be mine.
Yes. Again, more Groton Universe. Go to Tubi if you want to see Mel in action. There are a ton of her films on Tubi. No reason you don't check it out. It's free, people.
It's free. It's on your little 2x5.
Exactly. No. Oh, hey, what's up there, David? David Perry chimed in to say,
David Perry, hi!
The absolute best.
Aw.
Great to see you, brother. And all right, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on the show tonight.
Thank you so much.
I guess I got one more question.
Yeah,
what would
always.
be your top 3 favorite horror films of all time?
My top 3. Okay, so Dead Silence has to go on there. Stay Alive, the one with Frankie Muniz. Love it.
That is a good one.
Oh gosh, those just came to me. Gosh, I need one more.
And there it went.
It's like choosing a favorite child.
I know. I know, it's a tough one. Or at least something you would consider.
The original Scream.
Yes.
The original Scream.
Nothing beats that fucking film. I don't care
Nope.
how many jokes get made about
Matthew Lillard.
Oh, come on. That was Matthew at his abominable best.
I hope he gets to play Shaggy again. I need it in my life.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. Absolute honor and a privilege having you on tonight.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And thank you to everyone that has shown up tonight in support of you.
I love them all. Thank you all for being here.
And if anybody missed it, the replay is here forever. So you can literally share this all the time, anywhere and everywhere, and on YouTube as well. All right. So as you are getting ready for the last day of the weekend, and thank you for choosing Reapers Underground to kick off your Saturday night party. And the most important thing is to get to Tubi, watch some of Mel's films. She is amazeballs, but the most important thing you must always do is stay heavy.